presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by vicarious visions. It's Crash Bandicoot! It's Crash Bandicoot!
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Hey Turbo, how you doing? Hi bro, I play SpongeBob. Which one? Cosmic Shake or Bikini Bottom? I'm okay. I actually ordered a new game from eBay this morning. I got Tales of Berseria for PS5. And it finally went on sale for like 20 bucks. So I got 2 copies of it for my collection, so I'm going to stream on my channel in the next few more days. Since I have Tales of Berseria on PS4, but it won't let me stream on YouTube. With the PS4 version I had, so I had to get the PS5 version. So hopefully I'll have better luck with that one. Tales of Berseria is one of my favorite games in the Tales series. God damn it. That was a perfect run. And I did it without dying. Ah, crap! Oh, come on! Damn turtle. Ah! Yes. Ah. Ah! Yes! Classic this game is, how's it going? Hey, again, how you doing? I'm starting a new playthrough with Crash 1. On the Crash N-Sane Trilogy on the PS4. And guess what I got, MK90? Guess what I ordered from eBay for the PS5? So one game I did not have in my collection. I got Tales of Berseria HD Remastered version for the PS5. I got 2 copies of it on the PS5. And this one I can actually stream on YouTube because the PS4 version, it won't let me stream on YouTube, but the PS5 version I can. So that's why I ordered the PS5 version of Tales of Berseria so I can stream it on YouTube. Since I don't know what's going on with the PS4 version, since I can't stream that one whatsoever. That's cool. Yeah, so you're going to be seeing Tales of Berseria now on my YouTube channel when I stream it. So hopefully I'll have luck with this copy on YouTube. Because I want to stream it for you guys. I want to make a playlist out of it. Because Tales of Berseria is a classic game on the PS4's library. And Tales of Berseria is one of my favorite games. I do have Tales of Arise as well on PS5. But at least I'll have Tales of Berseria now with my PS5 library collection. So now I have 2 of the Tales games now. And I do have Tales of Vesperia for PS4. I do have one of the other Tales games I just found today when I was doing some spring cleaning. So I have 3 Tales games from Bandai Namco. I love the Tales series. Very underrated franchise in my opinion. So I was doing some PlayStation cleaning in my bookcase to see what games I had. And then I was rearranging my Nintendo Switch games because they're all a mess. Sorry for PlayStation, if you heard the news about starting 2008, no more physical discs of PlayStation going forward. That could still change from here and now since PlayStation's getting a lot of backlash from the PlayStation community with YouTube and everyone else in the United States. So things could probably change the next few more days with PlayStation. We've seen this before, how you probably see this a bunch of times when fans got angry when PlayStation was going to shut down the PSN store, and that changed very quickly. So things can still change from here and now with PlayStation. You know, if PlayStation would get off their asses, no, in my opinion, physical games are very important than digital games, because physical games are very important in the gaming industry for game preservation. Digital games can always disappear due to the license being expired. It got until a year and a half, so if anything can happen, yeah. But physical games is important for physical game preservation and preserving the game's legacy. With PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5, Xbox, etc. Agreed. I mean, who doesn't love collecting physical games? Physical games is like the most coolest thing in gaming. Digital games is only through your console. You don't have it in your hand whatsoever. It's just digital. You don't have it like on disc. Like this is game preservation right here. This is like something on disc, something that you actually own the license to. Digital, you don't. You don't have it in your hands. It's just through your console. You just digitally download from the PSN store. You know what I mean? You don't get it. They don't get it until it's too late. Physical games will always be around, but digital won't. Like, there's a game that's nice and all, but we don't own the rights to it and allow us to play it at... Yeah, that's not all. I totally agree. That's why physical games always rule. Digital games doesn't rule whatsoever, because digital games has its own horror stories where the license can expire and you can't download it anymore. That's the other horror stories with digital games. You just don't own the rights to it. But when you have the physical, it's a different story. You know, if PlayStation would get their act straight together and really think about physical games, then yeah, physical game is a better option than digital. Like, for example, if you somehow lost your PSN account for whatever reason, then all of your digital games are gone unless you pay again. Yeah, which is another waste of money, in my opinion. Paying for all those digital games that you order, and then all of a sudden, like, maybe say a year later, Sony decides to pull the plug on the PlayStation community fan base and pulls all your digital games that you already purchased. Man, it's gonna turn ugly. But right now, Sony PlayStation is getting sued right now in court with the Supreme Court right now, how they're handling physical games, and it's looking very ugly. Because I was reading the news on YouTube this morning, so I don't know if you heard about that, K90. But right now, the PlayStation community has filed a class action lawsuit against PlayStation for physical games. Which is why physical, this was always better. It's perfect. No, but we still own regardless. Yeah, I agree. So I don't know if you read the news this morning about PlayStation and the lawsuit this morning on YouTube, but it's not looking good for PlayStation whatsoever. They're probably going to lose $1 million in the lawsuit case, which is going on right now, since the fans are suing PlayStation over $1 million for how they're handling physical games right now. It's looking very ugly for PlayStation. Good thing Xbox didn't do that, because mine got to be a really different horror story. You know, I just saw on PS5 for the first time today on eBay MK90, which has been an Xbox exclusive. I saw a copy of Halo, the Halo collection for PS5. It was like the entire Halo games on one disc. For PS5, it's called the Halo collection for PS5. First, I seen Halo popping up on eBay. I've been going back to Nintendo to do Switch 2 if Sony is actually adding next version, but I might get one anyway. I don't even have a Switch 2. I just have a regular Nintendo Switch 1. Not the ones that have like the Joy-Con sticks you slip on the side. I have the Nintendo Switch Slim. One of the newer models. I have a Pokemon edition. And I have other Nintendo Switches in my dresser over here. They're just still factory sealed. So I'm fully stocked. I have 4 of the Nintendo Switch Slims, and I have 2 of the big ones with the Joy-Cons, which are still sealed. And I have 2 memory cards for them. I have a 250 gigabyte memory card I bought for my Nintendo Switch. So I'm not missing anything with the Switch 2. I'm happy with the Switch 1. When I saw the announcement trailer for Switch 2, it didn't get my attention whatsoever. And the price tag on that thing is ridiculous. And the reason I don't like about the Switch 2 is like half the games are not even on the cartridge, which is stupid. So that's why I didn't buy the Switch 2. I don't like the way Nintendo handled the games for the Switch, for the Switch 2. I'm happy with the Switch 1. At least the games are on the cartridge. But with Switch 2, half the games are not even on cartridge. So there's like a digital download cartridge or something. The horses I've been hearing about it. Like half the games on the Switch 2, half the games are not even on the cartridge themselves. I'm like, why release it physical then if you're not gonna put the game's data on cartridge? That's the one thing I hate about Switch 2. It's just the one thing that just didn't want me to get it whatsoever. Like half of the games they made on Switch, half the games are not even on the cartridge. It's just a piece of plastic with no game's data on it. I've been watching Metal Jesus and Radical Reggie, so they're the ones that tell me the horror stories about Switch 2. So I'm like, good thing I didn't buy one. But one thing that's cool about the Switch 2, which I did like about it, which it was backwards compatible with the Switch 1 games. So that was a plus in my book. But the price tag on the Switch 2 is like way out of my price tag. Like way out of my pocket. I don't need to do more research on the Switch 2 before I decide to buy one. Or not cheaper and compared to the PS5. I totally agree. The only thing you will never find on Switch 2 MK90, if you ever want to get a PS5, is that you will never find Starblade on a Switch console. You never will, because Starblade was a PS5 exclusive, just like Kingdom Bridge of Spirits. Those are 2 games you'll never find on the Switch, and those will only be exclusive to PS5 only. Since PS5 has a lot of game exclusives, which is only exclusive to that particular console. Also, the other gaming news I heard about from Square Enix this morning is that they are doing Final Fantasy VII Revelations Part 3 for the FF7 Remake Trilogy that Square Enix has been doing with, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake, we have Final Fantasy VII, what was it, what's the second game called? Rebirth. And now we got Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which will be part 3 in the N-Sane Remake Trilogy, which is getting a physical release, but it's going to be a 2-disc set, the installation disc, and the play disc. Because it's a 100-gigabyte game. And it's a very big game for the PS5 storage. We've seen this with all the Final Fantasy games that they released for PS5. They're all 100 gigabytes each. So, if you have all 3 games installed on your PS5, it's about 300 gigabytes total of all 3 games on storage. That is a lot of memory, man. So, if you have like a PS5 memory card that you put in the expansion memory bank instead of PS5, like a 5 terabyte memory card or something, I think you should be good. I have like a 2 terabyte in my PS5. So I have an extra storage unit, so I don't have to rely on the PS5's main storage unit. So I have extra storage for my PS5 games. Especially those 100 gigabyte games, they leave a lot of storage up. But you're adding DLC and add-ons, such as another thing. Which don't take much storage up. But it's the main game itself that's like the worst thing. Like, all these games are like 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100 gigabytes. So I was like, yeah, it eats up a lot of memory storage. Depends how big the game is. You know what I found MK90? I was doing sprinkling in my bookcase. Guess what I found in my PS4 library? Are you curious what I found? It's 2 steel games I forgot I even bought from Target. The amount of space storage for a PS5 is ridiculous. Oh, I totally agree. Guess what I found in my PS4 library? And they're still sealed. And I forgot I even bought these. And they're from Rockstar Games. And I never played them whatsoever. I was like, I bought these and I forgot I even had them. So when you go into your sealed game collection, it's like, you know, stuff that you bought over the years and you forgot you even had them. Look what I found. Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. I have on the PS5. And look, they're still factory sealed. I haven't opened it. I bought these like a couple years ago. And that's the thing for digital games. When it comes to download, you'll need the internet connection to order for the game to finish download. Yeah, and then once it's downloaded, it's yours. But yeah, I found my Red Dead Redemption games. I didn't even know I even had these in my PS4 library. They're still factory sealed. One still has the price tag on it for like $49.99. I bought this from Video Game Geeks in my area, and I think this one I ordered off on eBay because there was a deal going on with one of the stores for this game. But yeah, I have both games in my collection of Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. 1 includes the Lost of Nightmares, the Undead Nightmare DLC, already on disc for this copy, which is cool. Since I know on the PS3 they were separate from each other on physical separate discs. So yeah, you have like 2 campaigns on this disc. The Undead Nightmares DLC and the main story campaign, which is kind of cool, already on disc. So you don't have to worry about downloading it. Which is a plus in my book. And then, I was going to get about this game in Kennedy. I don't know if you heard about this PS4 game. I bought this. Do you know anything about a game called the Nonry Games? This game right here. Do you know anything about this one? It's a psychological horror game, from what I read about. It's a psychological horror game. It's made by Akesis Games, a very old developer. I bought it at a retro game store for like $29, but I never played it. It's still factory sealed. So I don't know if it's got any voice acting. I know it's supposed to solve puzzles and find out who is like the killer in the game. But if you know anything about this game, you can tell me about it. I bought that game like 5 years ago. I still haven't played it yet, and it's still sealed. It's just like one of those games you find in your collections, like, you know, I bought this, I still haven't played it, and it's still digital. It's like, still don't physically sealed, I mean. I have like a lot of sealed games I'm finding. I was like, you know, I bought these, I just haven't played them yet. It's surprising what you have in your collection, and when you dig through your game collection. I was like, man, I forgot even I actually own this game. It's hard to keep track of all the games you have physically when you have a big giant library of games. And it's like, as you get older, like, you forget, and it's like, man, I actually had this game. I'm too young to have my senior moment. My mom made me eggs and hash browns this morning for breakfast with orange juice. You know, there is one game that deserves a modern remastered, and that's Peter Jackson's King Kong from the PS2 and GameCube's library. Yeah, so physical for life. Yeah, agreed. Actually, I got Peter Jackson's King Kong on the Xbox 360 finally, and it's complete with its manual and front art cover. And it was mint condition. I got it for like $19 up on eBay, I think about 3 or 4 years ago. And I didn't know they had this port for Xbox 360, Peter Jackson's King Kong. Because I actually own it on PS2 and GameCube, but I didn't know there was an Xbox port of the game. So I bought it. I even had the PSP port as well for the PSP version. Which, that game is a different story in its own opinion. I prefer like playing on GameCube or PS2, but I haven't played the Xbox version. From when I heard on the Xbox version, it looks way better than the PS2 and the GameCube port, with the higher resolution it has. So I bought the Xbox 60 version of Peter Jackson's King Kong, but I wish there was an Xbox One port or a PS4 port or a PS5 port of it. That's one game that's still stuck on older gen consoles. Still sucks for that game. To me, it's one of the good hidden gem games on the console's library. You know, there are some Dragon Ball Z games that are still stuck on older consoles that not got like a remastered port for modern consoles. I used to play a lot of Dragon Ball Z games growing up. I have a few in my PS3 library. My favorite Dragon Ball Z is Dragon Ball Z Budokai. And I think there was one on the Wii I remembered I used to have that's pretty good, but the controller in that one is very awkward. When it comes to Wii games, the controllers in those games are very awkward. My first ever game I owned on Nintendo Wii, when my dad bought me my first Wii console for Christmas, I got Resident Umbrella Chronicles for the Wii. And that was the game I would play for months. And I would just replay it over and over again on my memory card. I played the hell out of Resident Umbrella Chronicles. The thing is about the game is that the remote, the battery just drains very quickly. So I was kind of glad that I finally came to PS3. I got a Japanese import for PS3 that's region free. So it's easy to play on a controller, but worrying about changing the stupid battery in those remotes. That was the most annoying issue from Nintendo I did not like. But what I did is I bought the charger batteries for Nintendo Wii controller. And it's a different story when you have rechargeable batteries compared from using regular batteries. But the thing is, I didn't like about the Wii remote when I was growing up as a kid, is that I would get like, you know when you hold a controller for a while, your muscles kind of tightens up, and you can't put your arm down a certain way? Oh man, I used to hate that. I get like bad muscle spasms from holding those Wii controllers. I know what if I decided to already buy those older consoles, I can definitely go back onto all my physical games and play it since most of them. Yeah, I agree. I still have all my physical games for like 32 years now. I have a Super Nintendo game that's falling apart right now. And it's a copy of Donkey Kong Country 2, but it's... You know you have like those pictures on the cartridges? I have one that's peeling, and when I put it inside my Super Nintendo console I have, it does not want to load the cartridge I have. And it's a used one I bought from a retro game store. I'm thinking of buying a new copy of it because the one I have is on the best condition. I've all mine for a long time. Same here. How much is a copy of Donkey Kong Country 2 for Super Nintendo on cartridge? Because I have one that's in a very bad shape. And I have to reset it many times just to get the game to work. Oh, really? Yes, really. How much is a copy of Donkey Kong Country 2? This the cartridge itself on eBay. How much is one going for? I'm kind of curious. I think I bought mine for like $29 at a retro store, but mine's not in the best condition. Mine has issues. You'll have to check online to see. Yeah. If I can find one complete box with a manual for like with the cartridge itself for like $29, you're on. You really gotta shop around on eBay. But I won't spend $400 on a cartridge. That's just ridiculous. One game that's been on my horizon I do want to play is Super Metroid. I watched Maximilian Dude play it the other day, and it looks really good. I have Metroid Dread on the Switch. I love the Metroid series. I never played... I have Metroid Other M on Wii. I never played it. The only Metroid game that got me into the Metroid series was Metroid Dread. It was my first Metroid game I ever played. And I love the Metroid series. The only boss I hated in Metroid Dread was the final boss. I could not beat it whatsoever. I wouldn't order any of those NES games or any retro games online are way expensive because those are mostly rip. Oh, I totally agree. My mom said you just gotta shop around and look for a game that's on sale. Go buy the first one you see. So my mom always tells me if a game was $60, the same game, and one was $20, which one would you buy? You would buy one that was for $20 because that one was cheaper, because you're saving money that way. Shop practical, you know what I mean? My mom taught me that growing up as a kid. And thank God she did. Don't buy the first thing you see. Always compare the two items together of the same item, see which one is cheaper. Yep, or less, yeah. You know what stuff I'm about to hate for the next 5 more minutes, MK90? And me and you both know there's one level we both hate in this game. You know what level it is? There's 2 levels I hate in this game. Slippery Climb and the Bridge to Nowhere. Those levels can go fuck off. There is 2 versions of Bridge to Nowhere in this game, and I am not a big fan of it. Bridge to Nowhere can go raw in hell right here, but I think the one that I hate the most is probably Slippery Climb. I hate that level. As you get to Cortex, it's not the funnest stage in this game. The games that are old or being around for a very long time are mostly real low price because that's how much it's worth, especially, yeah. But if you have, like, say, a game that's out of print, like a PS4 game, and they're no longer producing it, like sealed copies. I have like sealed copies of PS4 games or out of print. I'll be amazed how much they're actually worth now. I think you never know if I'll be sitting on a pot of gold. I'll go ask them in the factory steel games when they've been sealed for so long or been out of print. Or games you don't see in stores being sold anymore. A sealed game can go a long way for a lot of money. That's, especially again, it's been out of print, that's on disc. Let's see if I can actually get this. Yeah, you know, I still can't reach that. Ah, frick. Ah, forget it. Yeah, $20 at least for PS4 games, less depending on how good the game is. Yeah, and depends on the condition from the seller. Can you believe Tales of Vesperia finally came to PS5 physically? MK90 from Bandai Namco. I never thought in years that Tales of Vesperia would see the light of day in a re-release on PS5 in physical format. And it's been stuck on PS4 for so many years. I never thought Bandai Namco would release it again on a modern console. And I'm glad Tales of Berseria got a new lease on life for PS5. I'm glad it decided to leave the PS4's library as being a PS4 exclusive for so many years. I was happy to see Tales of Berseria in PS5 format finally. That is like one of my favorite Tales games of all time. I'm trying to think of the female character you play as in Tales of Berseria. Where she gets a kind of that mutated monster arm, and the combat in that game is really good. Tales of Berseria is a hidden gem game. It's got some funny moments and the script lines for the characters. Tales of Berseria and Tales of Arise are like two of my favorite Tales games in the series from Bandai Namco. Yeah, I was gonna die anyways. Ah, damn it. One of the hardest games I played was probably Tales of Arise on the PS5, which is a PS5 exclusive. The one boss that gave me a hard time, I think it was the third or second boss. Because, my god, I had to level up my sword and my equipment to defeat that boss. And it's the one boss that's in like an icy area. I remember to get my RE4 original PS4 version 2 years ago over at GameStop for my physical collection and not just on the PS2. Is it the one that I stream on my channel? So I have like all the original games on my PS4. Is it this the one that you bought? Let's see. Is this the one that you're mentioning right here? This copy right here in GIP90? Resident 4, the HD Remastered port that's on PS4? I have a sealed one that's still in my bookcase. I have like 5 copies of this that are still sealed. You know me when it comes to original games. This is the one that you own that's complete in box with its own case? Yeah, that's the one. Alright. Yeah, and does yours have like a front art cover as well? When you get yours from games, does yours have like the front artwork? Because when it comes to GameStop, they always have those dummy cases, and you always get the disc. And I hate those kind of cases. When I'm looking for a game, I want it to complete with the disc, with the original artwork. That's game preservation. You know what I mean? I hate those dummy cases where they just give you the disc at GameStop. I hate those kind. If I'm gonna buy a game, I want to buy a game that's complete with the original artwork and manual. And that's just how I am when it comes to game collecting for physical games. And from what I heard, GameStop is actually going away now, from what I heard. I don't know what's going on with GameStop anymore. You know what's a good YouTube channel I watch is Retro Rebound. And he always like order games from GameStop. Don't know, all I know is the game okay, I can't even talk. Don't know, all I know is that the game is in great condition and there is no issues to it. That's good. At least you got a mint condition disc. Make sure you take well care of it, because I know Resident 4 on PS4 is out of print. And I think that game is starting to skyrocket in price a bit. But I think in the next few years, I think that game's gonna go more in price, especially with Resident Origins Collection. We're just seeing it start skyrocketing in price on eBay right now. Being used or a new copy. You know, sadly, Resident Origins Collection has not gotten a re-release on PS5 physically yet. They have all the Resident games on PS5 except for Resident 0 and Resident 1. Resident 5 is not on PS5 yet, and neither is Resident Evil 6. Or Revelations 1 and 2. So I don't know if Capcom is going to do like a re-release or a remake of those games. All I heard right now from Capcom is that RE0 and RE1 are in development right now, getting a full-on remake. From what I heard. So I know they have like multiple Resident games in development right now. I know we just got Resident Requiem, which just came out of development. That was like last year's game. And I know Resident Code Veronica is starting to come out soon, so I don't know what that's going to be. But I did see the trailer for Resident Code Veronica Remake, and it looks really good. Somebody started to see GameStop not being good as it used to be, and it's mostly because of digital. I bet that's probably killing it for GameStop. Yeah, I totally agree. To me, GameStop is a lost their way with physical games. Oh, I've been heard tons of stories about GameStop lately. A lot of mixed, positive stuff. What I've heard from YouTubers. Retro Redbound was saying that GameStop is eventually going to stop carrying physical games in their stores and to be like this all digital thing they're going for. And it's getting a lot of backlash from the community for people who like physical games. It's starting to get real ugly for GameStop, and PlayStation's a different thing right now with the PlayStation community right now. So everything's kind of up in the air right now. To me, I never hate GameStop because they always treated me well, and whenever I buy everything over there. I never had issues with GameStop either. I always got to be nice with their employees. I never had issues with GameStop. But people always had issues with GameStop. I never did. I was never rude to the employees. Are you kidding me? I was with my mom. My mom would smack me if I stepped out of line. But my mom raised me well, though. Well, I can't complain. Oh, you know what I bought for my room from eBay? And I'm getting it from my bed soon. Even when I get the wrong one by mistake, they were able to allow me to trade in my game for something else as long as I had the receipt for it. That's nice. I have something coming in my mailbox very soon. I have a Attack on Titan bed set from my because I have a full, not a queen size bed, but a full bed. It's a memory foam bed, but it's a full. I have a Attack on Titan bed sheets and a comforter coming in for the bed, and it comes with the pillowcases and everything. And it's on its way over here, so I'm just waiting for it to come in my mailbox so I can decorate my bed. And it's got all the Attack on Titan characters on it from the Attack on Titan anime. So right now on my bed, I just have a Jurassic Park bed sheets on my bed, but right now I'm gonna redo my bed with the Attack on Titan theme on it. And it's got Mikasa Archiman on the front bed cover with Levi Archiman and Sasha, which is pretty sick looking. And then I ordered something that's from my Jurassic Park collection. I ordered a autograph of Sam Neill, and it's a poster of him from the first Jurassic Park movie with the T-Rex, and there's like a Ford Explorer on the side, and it's this size kind of a poster I got on eBay, and it's autographed by Sam Neill himself before he passed away. I got one that was autographed from the seller, which I'm gonna frame. And I was like, I had never seen one of these before, but I was like, thing I had to have as a Jurassic Park fan. Yeah, Sam Neill. Sam Neill was 78 years old when he passed away. I was totally happy because I cried one day. I was reading the news on my iPad, and I told my mom, like, one of the actors from Jurassic Park passed away. So who passed away? I said Sam Neill, the guy who plays Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. 78 years old, and I couldn't believe it. And I know the guy who plays Richard Ottenberg is not around anymore. I know he passed away. We lost 2 Jurassic Park cast members of the Jurassic Park cast. I know Richard Ottenberg and now the guy who plays Dr. Alan Grant, Sam Neill. We lost 2 of the original cast members. The only one who is still around now is Samuel Jackson, who plays oh God, who's the guy he plays as in Jurassic Park? Help me out here. I'm trying to think. Who does Samuel Jackson play as in Jurassic Park? I'm trying to think. I have an action figure of him in my room. God, Gotta think of his name off the top of my head right now. Help me out here, MK90. You know all the Jurassic Park characters in the movie. Jeff Goldblum is alive, I think. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum is still alive. Samuel Jackson played as... Oh, God, who's the character he played as in Jurassic Park? And I know he gets, like, eaten in the end because all his left was his arm by the Velociraptor. God, I'm having a brain freeze right now. I can't think of this character's name he plays in Jurassic Park. Samuel Jackson play as... I can't even think, man. What is it? Oh, he plays as John Raymond. Was it John Raymond Arnold? Yeah, it was John Raymond Arnold he played as in Jurassic Park. I have an action figure from the Mattel. I think I have names because the thing has me to memorize. Jurassic Park is on the NES, and Samuel is my favorite. I remember playing a lot as a kid. Oh, same here. I have like the Jurassic Park game collection that Limited Run Games did for PS5, which includes all the Jurassic Park games like in one collection, which is pretty cool. Like Jurassic Park Rampage, the Jurassic Park SNES, the Lost World version from SNES. Like every version of Jurassic Park game. I think the hardest one for me was playing Jurassic Park Rampage and Jurassic Park Part 2 from the NES library. That was a hard game to play. I remember dying playing the first Jurassic Park game on Super Nintendo. And that game is very unforgiving. Only when you're like exploring in the jungle and you have the Velociraptors. Oh my god, it's torture. I was also a frustrated game, I remember. You can't even kill the T-Rex. Oh yeah, that was another thing in that game. Even though you have all these weapons, you still can't do that damn thing with that T-Rex. Hey, MK90, you own a PS5, don't you? Did you know one of the games from House of Dead series got a re-release? And trying to collect all the dinosaur eggs. I had a hard time doing that myself. I don't know if you heard that day when I showed you this. Oh, there goes my controller. Pick it up real quick. Now, you know, when you're trying to move in your room, and I just knocked my controller off its dresser. 1 second. I hate when I do this. Because my cords got tangled up together. I hate when I do this to myself. Did you know this game got a re-release on PS5? It's the House of Dead 2 remake, and it's a remake from the ground up of the original game. You only get like 5 credits in this arcade port, and I think I died when I got to the second or third boss. I just wish they give you like more credits in the options menu, like it adds like they give you like extra 10 credits of 5, which is the default. I like to have extra credits because my god, 5 credits is not enough in this game. That's nice, yeah. The House of Dead 2 remake. Here's what the case looks like. This came out a few months ago from Microids, the same guys who did the first House of Dead game. And look, here's the art cover for it. Pretty sick artwork, in my opinion. Don't you agree, MK90? That's the front artwork for the game. And here's the back of it. I like the bird in the background. That's pretty cool. It kind of reminds you like Resident Evil. And then here's like the disc for it, and then you got collector's cards for it, which is pretty cool. I like the zombie on the front disc. That's pretty cool for the House of Dead 2 remake. I'm glad this game finally got some love out of the arcades. Got the remake treatment it deserves. But that's one game you should look at if you ever get a PS5, my friend. The stuff you had to do. I know there's I do have House of Dead 1 remake, and I have the second game now, so I'm hoping that they'll do the third one, give the third game a remake treatment. Also, if you play The Lost World Jurassic Park PS1, that game is also hard as hell. I have it in my PS1 collection. I can't even get past the first damn level. Actually, it was the 4th level you meet the raptors, and I got eaten up alive. Jurassic Park The Lost World on PS1 is the most hardest game to play, but To make that game easier, there is a password system. You can get the passwords off Google, so you can actually progress through the game. At some of those harder levels, you can bypass. I heard the funnest stuff with the play as is actually the T-Rex or the Velociraptor. The copy stage is not the funnest in that game. Play as a copy is torture against the Raptors. I did not join playing as the copy in the first level. It is hard as nails as you progress through the story. I know you can play as like Sarah in the game. Like as one of the humans in the game you can play as. Also, the very first PlayStation game I ever have, and yes, I agree, that game is hard. I agree. MK90, if I were you, don't ever play Bubsy 3D on PS1. That game is horrible as ass. I am not a Bubsy fan whatsoever. But, I think I talked this many times on my channel, but Bubsy 3D is the worst PS1 game ever made. Has the worst camera movement, makes me motion sickness just playing it. Turning the camera around is very awkward in a game. I don't like Bubsy 3D. When I look at the level designs, it looks very unfinished. I think I only had like 5 months of development time. I think when we can get through that is a hardcore gamer, and when it comes to Jurassic Park, I agree. I know there's like a Bubsy game on PS4, which I heard it got good reviews on PS4, but I think which is better than Bubsy 3D. I don't have the Bubsy game that's on PS4, but I heard got a lot of good reviews. I could be mistaken, but I did see a copy of it when I was at GameStop one day. I didn't know Bubsy was on PS4. I was like, of all games from my childhood, the one game that just gave me childhood torment, playing Bubsy 3D, and I see it's a Bubsy 2D side-scrolling game that's on PS4. And it has like these really good anime cutscenes with voice acting. I think they got the original voice actor back. I never played it. I've never seen anybody play it on YouTube, but it's like, this game looks really cool. It has like just really cool animations and stuff. But it's like one of those games you see as like a hidden gem on at GameStop. I mean, I would like to get that on my physical collection, just because I like Bubsy. Yeah, it's better than Bubsy 3D, my man. It's way better than Bubsy 3D in many ways. The Bubsy game that's on PS4 will put the PS1 version to shame, because the Bubsy game that's on PS4 got better positive reviews than the PS1 port. And when we did not play Bubsy 3D, that game is horrible as... Well, anybody who's played that game is not very good to play. I don't know why my dad bought me Bubsy 3D on PS1. Maybe he thought I might enjoy it. I think I was like about 5 years old when I got Bubsy 3D on PS1. I played for the first time on PS1, and the other thing I remember just annoying the hell out of me, just taking me out of the game, was when Bubsy was peeing the same line over and over again on the PS1 version. I'm like, Bubsy, can you just shut the hell up while I just play the game? An annoying issue I had with the game as well, the same music track plays over and over again. On the same frickin' level on level 1. It's like, this game only had like 5 months of development. Not even 12, only 5 months of development, and it was very rushed. Because half the stages in the game like very unfinished. And the game was very janky, I remembered playing, and it was not the best game to play on a PS1 controller. The controls for the character felt very stiff. It's from what I remembered. And I still own my copy of it on PS1. Don't know how the hell I ended up with that game. And then, when I was at a retro game store, I bought one of the worst Mortal Kombat games ever made. What's it called? The one you play as a scorpion. And I saw an Angry Video Game Nerd playing it one day. Was it Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero? I finally bought a copy for the PS1, and it's the worst game ever made on PS1 library. And I had to buy it because I watched Angry Video Game Nerd playing it. And I was like, you know, I just add this to my PS1 collection just for the hell of it. And I was collecting like Mortal Kombat games from my PlayStation library. But I was like, why did I buy the most worst game ever made? I bought Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. One game that everybody hates in the Mortal Kombat series. And it's not a very pleasant game to play. If you watch a video game and they're playing it, oh my god, you see what he does in the end with the game. If you guys are the Angry Video Game Nerd, there's a YouTube channel on YouTube of it. If you guys can search up on the YouTube search bar. I watch his games, I watch his reviews of his games that he plays. Like these crappy, shitty games he plays. Or games you've probably just never heard of. It's funny as hell. There is another game channel I watch too daily. I can't think of the name of the channel either. And it's these two guys that reviews like bad games, like on PlayStation 5 and Xbox and stuff. What's the name of it? Let me see if I can find the name of it real quick. It starts with a P. You guys can look this up on YouTube. But it's a YouTube channel I watch daily on my YouTube recommendations. I tried to emulate Bubsy 2 a while back, and I remember just to try it out, and it's hard because Bubsy goes too fast compared from Bubsy running. Oh, I can totally understand that. I can find this YouTube channel I was watching. You guys can look it up. Let's see. There's these guys that stream games I was watching on YouTube. What they're called? I can't think of their names right now. There's so many YouTube channels, and it's a YouTube channel I love watching. Well, there's another channel you guys can look at. It's called CGU Games, and he streams like horror games. That's another good channel I like watching. I can't think of that YouTube channel I was watching. That's what I hate when I can't think of something. I don't know, their name starts with a P. But it's called Pulp something on YouTube. And it's a gaming channel. Oh, it's called Mind Pulp. I don't know if you guys heard of Mind Pulp on YouTube. But it's another YouTube channel to check out. And they review games on game consoles. It's a very funny channel to watch. It's almost like Angry Video Game Nerd in some way. I'm subscribed to their channel, by the way. And they review some of the worst games ever made from developers. Or just games you never heard of. They were streaming one game the other day I was watching. It was AMC Walking Dead on PS3, and it's the most god-awful game ever made. AVGen, a new video 2 hours ago. Found out judging the thumbnail, and he's reviewing Crash Bandicoot on the PS2. Oh, yeah, that's Crash Bandicoot for Cortex. Or the Twin Sandy. It's one of those PS2 games he was streaming. He was reviewing on his channel. You guys go. Which Crash Bandicoot game was it on PS2? Was it Wrath of Cortex, or was it N-Sane Twin Sanity that's on the PS2? Which Crash game was it on the PS2 was he reviewing? So I know there's only 4 Crash games on the PS2's library. Was it Twin Sanity or Wrath of Cortex? So I know Twin Sanity has a lot of mixed reviews on the last, the final level of that game. Oh, the first one, I think, according to the thumbnail. So is it Wrath of Cortex? Is it Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex on PS2 or Twin Sanity on the PS2? Because I know that game is very unfinished in certain levels. from that game's development stages. I think it was like, I think he's reviewing Rapid Recording or Twin Sanity, one of those games. It's Crash Bandicoot games, so it might be all of it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the good and bad games in the PS2's library. The one he should really review is Twin Sanity. There was one level in that game that's very unfinished. And my god, it put me through hell playing it. Don't get me wrong, I love Twin Sanity, but there was one level that's very unfinished. From one of its development stages. I don't think the developers ever fully finished it, but I think it's one level that's kind of bugged out. I think Twin Sanity only had, what, 6 months of development? It's from what I read on Google about it. I could be mistaken. Oh, it's PS1, not PS2, okay. So it could be, it's probably Crash 1 that's on the PS1 that he's reviewing that, because I know that one's like the worst one in the collection. I think the one he was reviewing was Crash Bandicoot 1 that's on the PS1, because my god, that game put me through hell. Because the border level chasings on the PS1 version really outruns your character for some odd reason. Because I had the Black Label version on my PS1, and every time I get to the boulder chase scene, I always die because the boulder just outruns my character. And for some reason, I just can never beat it. And from what I know, that game has like some very minor game bugs. And I think it was one of them with the boulder stage. Because Crash is trying to run fast, but the boulder just catches up to me very quickly. Currently is the first Crash Bandicoot game I own on the PS1. Then Crash Nitro Kart on the PS2. Ooh, nice! I saw Crash Nitro Kart myself on PS2. So let me ask you a question about Crash Bandicoot Rapid Recording. Which one has like the better graphics? The PS2 version or the GameCube version? In your honest opinion. Because I have both ports. I know, I think it's the GameCube or the PS2 one that looks more superior than the other version. Just with better character models. I think it's the GameCube version I'm thinking of. That has better character models than the PS2 port. I was like getting a Crash Nitro Kart remaster someday, but I guess I technically would have to do one since most content is Crash Team. Yeah, Crash Team Racing on PS4 is really good. I know they try to do a lot with that game during the game's development, try to like, add 2 games onto one disc. That was not my intention to fall in the water. I think I have 44 lives though. But I know I'm gonna lose them all when I get to the bridge to nowhere. God help me with that stage. And everybody who's played this game, everybody hates Bridge to Nowhere. There's a part 1 version and there's a part 2 version of it. And they both suck. Yeah, but a legit Crash Nitro Kart remaster would be better to have since, like, the story to it I totally agree. But I know there's a lot of demand for Crash right now and Spyro. I know we got a new Spyro game coming out from Toys from Bob. Toys for Bob, who did the Spyro Night Trilogy. I heard they're working on Spyro 4 right now, so I don't know what that's going to be about. I just hope it gets a physical release. I'm getting a lot of lives right now. Oh man, I'm gonna have to leave. Oh god, I'm not even half drunk right now. Did I miss 2 boxes on that stage, MK90? When I exit that stage? Was there 2 boxes when I walked right past them? You guys can tell me in chat about that stage. Number 4 is about time, I would say, is the hardest Crash Bandicoot game. Oh, same here. Let me see if I can get the gem on this stage real quick. I think I missed 2 of the crates. I know I did. Unless I could be mistaken about this stage. You guys can tell me right now in chat. I don't know what 2 crates I missed. And it was like an farm before you get to the exit. Because I know getting the gem on this stage is pretty easy. You just gotta do it without dying once. This game is very picky on the gems. Damn monkey, I hate the monkeys in this stage. Oh god, I almost did it. I have a habit of going off the platform at times. It's like when I see the platforms, it's like, oh, I can make that. No, I can't. You know, you stupid monkey, get out of my way. We're gonna have an Aku mask on that. MK90, have you played Starblade yet on PS5? I've been curious to ask you about that. Starblade is a very good hack and slash kind of game. Which is a really good PS5 exclusive. And I know Starblade's getting a director called Starblade Blood Rain, which will be a new protagonist, taking Eve's place. Ah, damn, I threw that life away. I forgot that's the thing in this game. If you hit the life, it goes off the screen. Oh, I forgot that was a gimmick in this game. Oh well. That's a bad habit of mine I used to do as a kid. I used to hit the extra lives off the screen. This is the thing I remember when I used to play this game as a kid. I was like, why did I just do that? Ugh. Yeah, I'm still missing 2 boxes. Huh. Weird. I didn't even see them. I only missed 2 crates. I don't know if they're beginning of the stage, because they're not like actually ahead. Oh well. We'll see you later. Alright, and good night. See you later, my friend. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I was super soon going to stop by there and talk. Ah, Ripperoo. Oh god, this guy's gonna kill me. Yes, I knew it! Ripperoo, go back to the same asylum. You're crazy. If I'm letting you to. Alright, my buddy. All day now I get Tales of Assyria on PS5 in my mailbox, and you can come by and see me stream it on my channel. So look forward to when that day comes, my friend. I'll have a new game for you guys on the channel here. Ah, crap. Damn it, Ripperoo! Oh, this guy's the bane of my existence right now. I'm gonna stand right here. I'm waiting for that TNT crate to come right by. So I can blow him up. Come on, get hit! Okay. So he's only going that way, I see. Alright. I can do this. Yeah, this might be an easy one to do to get him. I'm just trying to get hit by him right now. Yes! Get hit, Ripperoo! Come on. For the love of God, just get hit already! No, I was like a cat and mouse game with this guy. Oh, come on! You're killing him here, buddy. I almost got him. Oh, come on!